So, The Suicide Squad has just been released in movie theatres, and I think this is the comic book movie that we've all kind of needed for a while. This is the perfect little bit of escapism, which I believe is what's needed to boost your mood and your well-being. It might not be life-changing, but it's a start. Greetings, my name is Nigel Mayo, and welcome to my channel. If you're finding me for the first time, then this channel focuses on mental health and mental well-being and offers you tips and tricks on how to help with that. But Salad Cream Boy, you dashing raconteur, I hear you ask. What does this movie have anything to do with mental well-being? Well, dear viewer, gather round and allow me to enlighten you. To say this year has been tough on everyone is a little bit of an understatement, don't you think? Nah, Tony, has our entertainment been a bit dry due to
an unknown virus of unspecified origin.
But the quality of said entertainment has been a bit lacking as well, for one reason or another. So when Suicide Squad was actually announced, I, to be fair, had my doubts. Though to be fair, I've got to say, within the first 5 or 10 minutes, those doubts all seemed to just wash away. And for the next couple of hours, all I got was absolute, pure, unadulterated escapism. So if I had to describe this movie in one sentence, it would have to be, well, it's the Guardians of the Galaxy for the DCEU, and R-rated. I say that because it does have certain similarities, such as this one. And the fact that James Gunn helped to make it, so it has a similar kind of feel to it. Really funny, action-packed, and trust me on this one, an amazing soundtrack. And when I say action-packed, I'm talking, let's see, Battle Royale comes to mind, but in a DC movie. So without getting bogged down by spoilers, no pun intended, and you'll get that when you see the movie, well, in the opening scenes. This is why I think this is a great movie to watch if you're looking to improve your mood. Obviously this isn't long term or life changing in any sense of the word, but I can guarantee you that it's going to give you some kind of a boost. So remember the days when you went to see a movie at the cinema and you came out not only feeling full of excitement, but you were really felt energized and all you wanted to do was talk to people about what you just saw? Well, if I'm looking at the glass half full, this could signify a return to those days. Okay, you might be watching it at home as opposed to a theatre full of noisy people eating popcorn and talking over the movie, etc, etc, etc. But that feeling of excitement I just talked about when the movie finishes, that's going to be there. The Suicide Squad, while being a sequel to the one that starred Will Smith, it doesn't have any qualities that makes you feel obligated to see that first one, or even Birds of Prey. Yes, it does have a few nods to it, like Margot Robbie returning as Harley Quinn, and Viola Davis as Amanda Waller, but that's where the similarities pretty much end. At the start of the movie, it goes pretty much through what the Suicide Squad is about and why they're there, etc, etc. But it's really quick and it doesn't get bogged down with anything and it just pretty much gets on with it. Yes, of course, there's going to be some slow parts where there's some character building, but most of it is pretty damn fast. Because it's one of those movies where you don't really want to be sitting there thinking about it too much. You just want to be entertained. Just go in, have some fun, and then get out of there. And that's exactly what The Suicide Squad does. And the thing is, it's not Harley Quinn and the Suicide Squad, it's just the Suicide Squad. Every single member of the team gets their part of the movie, and Harley Quinn is no different. She is literally part of the Suicide Squad, which isn't what I was expecting, and that's kind of nice. Idris Elba is great at playing Will Smith, sorry, I mean Deadsport, and is a much more formidable character. John Cena, or Cena, however you're inclined, while I had my doubts about the casting, actually provides a really good performance and bounces off the other characters really well, especially Deadsport, but well, I'll let you watch the movie to find that one out. And what I was really looking forward to was Peter Capaldi. If he was allowed to swear in his role as the Doctor from Doctor Who, this is pretty much what that might look like. Kind of the Doctor merged with Malcolm Tucker. I'll put a link in the description, trust me, you'll love it. Even Yondu, Mary Poppins, Michael Rooker was in there as well. And it had hilarious consequences. And the rest, well, spoilers. Can't give too much away now, can we? And other than that, I didn't even realise that Sylvester Stallone was actually the voice of King Shark. Honestly, I really didn't know until the end credits. I was looking out for him the entire movie. And trust me, the same way that Groot was voiced by Vin Diesel, you're going to love this character as well. I did. And yes, before you ask, being a comic book movie, yeah, there's a post-credit scene. But again, spoilers. However, there is one thing that I do want to hit upon without ruining the movie too much, but I just want to give you that heads up. You really don't want to get too involved with any of the characters. Anyone who's seen Game of Thrones would get my meaning by that. This movie is filled with lots of humour, twists and turns, and even though it's a basic one, it's actually a pretty good story. Things that are set in motion at the start of the movie, you'll be able to see at the end, so you reward with some kind of payoff for it. And at no point in this movie does it ever feel like it's just a struggle to get to the end. And of course, they honour the time-old tradition, leave the audience wanting more. And trust me, you want more. So, as mental health and mental well-being is concerned, this is actually a much needed breath of fresh air as a movie, which is muchly needed. If you're in desperate need of that little thing called dopamine, that thing in the body that is responsible for making you feeling happy, trust me, the Suicide Squad helps with that massively. And as I said before, for the last year or so, I think we all need something that we can escape to every so often. Because at the end of the day, it gets dark.